Hello guys, welcome to the Nest for Code, the place where code nourish. We are in 30 days coding challenge. Let's see the day third problem. Count the cheese cubes. Let's move on to the problem statement. What did it say? Like we have to count the cheese cubes in a tray, right? And one cube cannot be placed over another. It will not be piled up. They will be placed independently in the cubes, right? And we can ask the user for the dimensions of the box, like the length and width will be provided by the user, and also the size of the side of the cube. And for the cube we just need the size of the side because the length and width would be the same for the cube. And assumptions are always very important in a problem statement, that there is no left out space or gap in the tray. So we can consider that cubes are getting fit properly in the tray. There will be no space which is left in the between the cubes or in the side when the cubes are placed. All the input and output will be number, which means that we don't need to worry of decimal values in terms of length or weight or the size of the cube. Everything will be a number which will be an integer. Let's understand this problem in better way. Let us suppose our tray is of size 12 by 6. 12 is the length and 6 is the width. The cheese cube is of 3 by 3 because its side would be the same. So we're just getting an input as 3 and will be a 3 by 3. And let's try to place it in the tray. So once we start, this is our tray, right? Let's place first cube, like we place the first cube, then second cube, like this we can place all the cubes. So we can see, right, because it was 12 by 6, we have placed, right, all these 8 cubes in this. But like let's move on to the next part, problem code. So we will having 3 sections. One will be the input, the other one will be the logic, and the output. So in input, what we will be getting? We'll be getting the length of the tray. So we can name this variable as length tray, right? And we ask the user to enter the tray's length, right? The next thing will be the width of the tray. We'll just ask user to input the tray's width, right? And the next thing will be the size of the cube, right? We're getting a side for the cube, so it will be side of cube. And we can just enter the size of side of the cube. So guys, size of the cube or the length and width of the cube would be the same thing. That's fine. Okay, so we'll getting all these input, and as mentioned in the problem statement, all these things will be getting in a number format. So we will be using int, and like we don't need to use float here because we don't need to worry of all these decimal things. So it will be int for us, right? So guys, now things come in to get the area which is tray having. So what is the formula of area? It's always a length into width, right? So this will be the area of the tray. Length of the tray into width of the tray. The next thing come in, what would be the area of cube? Because we have to take the total area of the tray and we'll spread the cubes in the tray, right? And it will be the side of cube into side of cube. So it's a square, right? So it will be side of cube and side of cube, right? And now we have to count. We have to get the count of cube. So count of cube will be area of tray divided by area of cube, right? And because we know that there is no extra space, right? So we know this length or the side click, they are in proper proportion, so we can use this. If there was some problem with the gap or something, then the logic would have been different, right? Yeah, so we'll just mark it as logic part, right? This count will be our output. So what we'll do, we'll just print the output count of the cubes, and we'll just pass count cubes, right? So we're done with our input output and logic part. Let's try to run this program, and let's try it with our different test cases. Go with the first test case. It's 12 12 4 12 12 4. We are getting count as 9.0. So somehow it's coming as, it's also showing us some decimal values because of the division, right? Because when we do division in Python, it convert it to the decimal value. So we'll just typecast it to the integer to get the same answer. Let's try it again. 12, 12, 4. Now it's coming as 9, which is correct. Our first test case is working as expected. Let's move on to the second test case. So what is our second test case? It's 12, 12, 12. All the three things are 12. So it's like on the complete tray, it should be just one cube which is placed, right? And we are getting our answer correct. Let's move on to the third test case. What is the input for the third test case? The tray length is 20, tray width is 20, and the side of the cube is 5. So it's 20, 25. 20, 25. Our output is coming as 16. Let's match it with the given sample. Yeah, it's 16, right? So our program is working as expected. We can reduce the line for the logic also, right? What we can do, in place of putting area of the tray here, we can just put this portion directly, right? We can just use these variables directly here. The length of the tray into width of the tray. This is the area of the tray, was is it, right? And the side into side, we can also use this part here, right? And this will be our code will be done in this one line also. We can remove these lines. We'll be getting the same output as expected. And also there can be one thing, right? There can be one more way to write this side into side cube. So guys, we know, right? We have a power operator in, right? If we want to say it like a square of the side cube, what we can do? We can just say side into 2, like this also it will work, right? So these are the three ways we can represent the same problem, and there are different approaches. Guys, don't forget to add your doubts in the comment sections and try it on your own. Like this video and subscribe to our channel for stay tuned for such more problems, right? Thank you guys. Happy coding.